What's up, guys? X-Reachy here, bringing you something different today. Today, I'm announcing my podcast, Game In, Game On, a podcast about gaming, which will be airing on my YouTube channel where we're going to be talking about everything when it comes to video games. This is going to be very free-flowing. I don't really have a set agenda for posting a set schedule. We're going to see how this goes. But before we start, I want to give a special shout out to a YouTube channel to my friend Veronica Thompson. She is reviewing wines from across Niagara region and beyond, titled Wine Wednesday. So make sure to go check out her channel and support her videos. Her link is going to be posted in the comment section below. So today's podcast/episode is something special for me. Today's guest is one of my best friends, who I've known for many years, Daniel, aka SuperMario 134. He is about to hit a milestone of 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and it is a pretty big deal for him, as someone who's been working on his YouTube channel for about 10 years now. So for the first episode, I wanted to bring Daniel on, aka SuperMario 134, and talk about what it was like to have a YouTube channel from the beginning to now, and just have a free-flow conversation about video games today and where he sees his channel going forward. So enough about me talking, and let's get SuperMario 134 into here. Again, I just really wanted to start this video and just thank you for coming on. I know this is a big accomplishment for you, about to hit 100,000 subscribers. Do you have any initial comments to start that, again, how is the YouTube page going on right now?
I just want to first off say, thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate the, offer for having me here. It's been fantastic. YouTube's been great. It's been a little slow, but, we're approaching that 100,000, as you said, and I'm really excited for, the past 13 years I've been doing this. It's been a dream of mine, but I'm really excited to see what the future has in store, but, I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, and if we could talk about a little bit about that timeline, obviously you've been doing this for about almost 10 years, and I think the initial question a lot of people might have, not just for your channel, but every other YouTuber out there is, what got you interested in YouTube, and especially like Nintendo and Super Mario?
Well, honestly, Mario and Nintendo really just started back when I was born in 1996. My first game was Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64.
Amazing.
Just playing that over the years, seeing the characters, and I'm sure you can agree, imagination comes wild when it comes to video games. There's tons of story. As far as YouTube goes, it was something I only found out when I was in grade 6, but started making videos when I was in grade 7. And that was I always loved the idea of making stories. I'd steal my dad's video camera. We'd do stop motion,
Yeah.
with little action figures. We had, we're neighbors. We'd know exactly, what our friends were up to. We'd get together, shoot some stuff, in the backyard. We'd, just have fun with it. But then when I knew that people could have the potential to see our videos, I didn't know you could get paid, but I just did it for fun.
Yeah.
And I think it was just only natural that I'd want to be creative and do videos for people. And if they watched it and seeing them enjoy it, it was just wild to me. Honestly, absolutely wild.
So that's interesting that you bring that up, because definitely in a time of posting on YouTube and how much YouTube has changed over the years, when did you first think oh my goodness, this is actually going to be Super Mario 134 is actually going to be an account that I'm going to be doing for most of my life or the last 10 plus years. So when did you kind of realize when you first posted your first video? I think it must have been a collection showing off your old Super Mario collection. So
I think, honestly, yeah, when I posted my first video, it was my Nintendo collection. I just thought it would be fun because I remember seeing a whole bunch of videos of people showing off their collections, and I'm like, you know what, I could do the same thing. I don't have the biggest collection, but I'd love to show, and it's just any reason to connect with more Nintendo fans from around the world. And then when I got comments saying, hey, this is awesome, you should do more stuff, I thought, okay, well, maybe I could do some fun skits with the Mario characters. And that's where, I recruited, neighborhood friends, sometimes my brother, if I'm lucky enough to have him join in, and just make some silly videos. And then, getting a few comments saying, hey, this is really funny, I want to see more. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? There's, actually a demand for it, so why not, keep up with it. So I think it only became real when I hit, maybe, I want to say 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, because it was getting to the point where it got 100 subscribers every week, and then when I think I went into high school with 1,000 subscribers, and I'm like, holy crap, this is insane. 1,000 now seems kind of silly, but it was a big deal. It was huge.
Hey man, I'm at 135. I'm trying here. Just leave us young guys alone, okay? But no, that's a good point that you bring that up, and especially with just a lot of people just want a lot from you, and you talk about agenda, like a schedule, and you're like, hey, post, post, post. Like, do you find yourself, you post, like, what is your schedule? Do you try to post like once a month, once a week, or is it just depending on what kind of new material you kind of think of?
Honestly, ideally, I'd love to do at least once a month. I've always been a big voucher when it came to like having a schedule, but as people know, we grow up, we get responsibilities. Growing up sucks because being an adult is not so great. Well, no, it's not terrible, but you know what I mean. Like, we're talking like when I first started YouTube, being in grade 8. You had no part-time job, no girlfriend. Shout out to girlfriend. You had no responsibilities. You could just spend your summer vacation waking up and saying, "Hey, you want to hang out and make a video? Sure, let's do it." Now it's again, fast forward like 13 years, full-time job, girlfriend, work, everything. Just responsibilities. I can't keep up with the schedule, so I don't really have one. So before it used to be random. Now it's like, if I could do it in a month, that's a win in my opinion. If I could do one in a month, but special occasions, of course, Halloween in November, and October, and Thanksgiving, you can do 2 videos, but it truly depends.
Well, yeah, and especially with some of the videos that you do, you're cooking with Chef Mario.
They're long productions. They take a long time. Like, that's the thing. Before it was just, shoot with your camera, no editing required, throw it up on YouTube. Now it's like, record, write, edit, not score, but, get some edits sent to my friend who does VFX or something,
And then you got to figure out what ingredients that you need.
Exactly. How to make it, is one thing, and then how to shoot it. So, I've never made half the recipes I've done. So if I make a mistake, the whole production's over, because, you make a mistake when you're cooking, you may not be able to fix it. So,
well, that is true. You don't want to show burnt stuff off to your followers.
Certainly not. No, certainly not.
That's interesting. Again, that's really an important factor. Like, I was always just curious about like a schedule, because I know some people post like daily or weekly or whatever, and like you kind of already touched you touched a bit on that, like who influenced you. Like, obviously people posting on your favorite, but do you like think of people? I guess, like, who influenced you to actually like continue? Not only was maybe your followers posting on your first ever YouTube pages with the little as you said, your dad's camera, but like, was it like Markiplier or some like big YouTube accounts?
Honestly, there was these old YouTubers. They go by the name Cute Mario Bros, but they had an original name called Mario 8989, and they did the exact same videos I did with like the characters and stuff. They were from Vancouver and 1 year older than me, so kind of looked at them as like a role model. I just saw them, and they were just making some great success, and I thought, hey, like, if they can do it, I can do it. But honestly, they were just a great, motivation. But I think at the end of the day, for me, it was just, I love seeing people entertained. I think, like, I don't want to say I'm an entertainer, but I love seeing people enjoy the work you do. When you get those comments like, hey, you really do make a difference in my life. Like, your videos cheer me up when I'm sad, or like, I've been bullied and I need something to cheer me up. Your videos help me. It really, that alone is enough to just say, hey, like, I really want to do this, make people happy, and everything like that. So
yeah, that's like, especially in just all the different dynamics that your YouTube pages have. Just whether it was the plush toys, the cooking with Mario. Yep. I don't need to name all your series off by heart. I think you can. You do that enough on your channel, so I don't need to go talking about that. But I always wanted to know why. You probably said this to me when I was younger, but why Super Mario 134? Were the other 133s taken? Why not Luigi? Because you know what? Luigi needs some love too.
He definitely does. I agree. Honestly, I think the name was just, I swear to God, like, it's not the most exciting story, but it just was, I needed a name, and I knew Mario was something easy to remember. The 134 part, I always, like, my favorite number is 13, but they didn't have 13, so I just added a 4. And because, naturally go 1, 3, okay, well, 1, 3, 4, okay, there we go. And if it wasn't that, I would have been 1, 3, 4, 5, but thankfully I didn't have to do so many numbers. But I just needed a name, and it just stuck with me. If I could change it, I would, but it's kind of become my brand now. So, like, to change it would be, like, weird, if that makes sense. Like, people look up 1, 3, 4. They don't see it, then it's going to be like, who are you? Who's this guy?
Yeah, and when you talk about brands, like, when I think of your brand, like when I think of Super Mario 134 and just the success your channels have, I think of the Cooking with Mario. And the reason why I keep always wanting to bring that up is that your original, the Cooking with Chef Mario, you did that in 2012. That has about 17 million views now?
That's correct. It's insane. It's my most popular video. That was the one, I want to say, that got viral and got me on the map to where I am today. That one alone. Like, apparently, I don't know how true this is, but apparently that one shaped the genre. Like, that started the Chef Mario series. Like, like people know me for that one video alone. They just that's why I coined the term that Chef Mario guy, because if people don't know who I am, you say Chef Mario, like, oh yeah, that's the guy. I know who he is. Yeah, he did the Chef Mario video, so that's me. And I'm sure everybody, all my friends, anybody who knows me in my personal life will be like, he's the Chef Mario guy. I know who he is, like, as a Chef Mario, basically.
I'm just saying my cooking skills have improved so much in my household because of your Cooking with Chef Mario videos.
I'm very happy to hear that, and that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah, my belly is full of delicious food that you do. And I guess, yeah, you kind of talked about Super Mario, and you talked about focusing, this is like your brand, but like for me, like I grew up with an N64.
Yes.
So, and then I ended up, spoiler alert, I ended up going with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So, you did talk about, like, when you first started your collection videos of, like, Super Mario, Nintendo, this is what I would like. But obviously in the war of consoles,
mm-hmm.
I have my personal opinions of Microsoft, just because I grew up with the original Xbox,
mm-hmm.
Xbox 360, Xbox One. We'll see about the Xbox Series X. Probably going to wait a bit because I don't think there's enough games out in the market just yet, so maybe I'll think in the new year.
mm-hmm.
But, like, why Nintendo did you find that was, like, your niche?
I think Nintendo most likely, because I've grown, like yourself, I've grown up with Nintendo, so when you're stuck, like if you've grown up with Nintendo, chances are stay with Nintendo. Of course, that's different for everybody, but I also found why I picked Nintendo is because every video game console or company has their own IPs and stuff, but Nintendo and Mario, it just seems, Mario's just the easiest character to kind of like work with. He's Italian, he's a plumber, you can have fun with it, there's a lot of creativity now. Sony has Crash, I'm talking about the cartoony characters, but like Crash, Spyro. Microsoft now they have Banjo now, but again, when you kind of rank a whole, like, who's the most iconic Nintendo video game character, who's going to be number one most likely?
Everyone think as like a childhood.
Exactly, it's going to be Mario. Exactly. So if Mario's already number one, the chances are of people finding your videos, it'll be more likely because Mario is everybody knows Mario. He's up there. I saw a video, he's like up there with Mickey Mouse. Everybody knows who Mickey Mouse is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like it's just such a recognizable character. That's why I ended up choosing him. And he's Mario. He's somebody I really enjoyed like working with as a character, so that's why I picked him.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Just the iconic of Super Mario, like obviously it's just their own kind of market with Nintendo, and you literally just put in, like, I guess Super, and like probably one of the first hits that come up is Super Mario.
That's correct. That's right. Exactly that.
Like you try to put in certain other topics of other video game characters or whatever, and maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but Super Mario, bam, right there.
Absolutely. It's always trending. There's always something to do with Mario. Like this year's the 35th anniversary, so it helps even more.
Isn't it crazy? 35 years already.
Right? It's ridiculous. Seeing 35 years of Mario. So like
do you remember growing up with the N64? Like Super Mario, Star Fox,
Banjo,
GoldenEye, all on the N64. But
yeah, it's insane. It's insane to really think about how old Mario is 35. So that's insane.
So you speak about 35. Like, what do you think the vision is for Nintendo? If you have to give an honest pitch to Nintendo, like, what do you think is like the next? Because obviously, they have the new PS5 coming out. You got the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X. Like, there could be so much focus about Microsoft and Sony fighting with each other right now, but sometimes I haven't really what's going on with Nintendo?
They're kind of quiet, but I think they're mainly focusing on their games right now because the Switch is only like 3 years old.
Yeah.
That said, there's been rumors, and I'm not sure how credible it is, but there's going to be like a hybrid of the Switch, so basically like a better version of the Switch, so like with 4K, hopefully better performance issues. Like a lot of their games have suffered from drops in their FPS, so frames per second. But we're gonna have to see. I know that again, Nintendo likes to play coy, where they're just like, we see you're doing some stuff with your new consoles, but we're gonna stay quiet and just come out like without any warning at all. Like, surprise, we have a new console and it's much better than the last one. As you can tell, like in the past with a lot of console releases, Nintendo's always the late to the party. But when they do come back, except the Wii U. Except the Wii U, they actually do come back, and they come back relatively strong. And their launch titles are good. Like Breath of the Wild was huge, Game of the Year of 2017, I think.
Yeah.
So so I think they're just focusing on the games right now, and who knows what the rumors have in store.
Yeah, like I'm quite interested to see what Nintendo does. especially with like those new consoles for Xbox and PlayStation coming out.
Because they got to stay competitive. Because again, PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, you can't afford to not have a new console. I mean, this is the holiday season, and Nintendo's going in with no new console. Now, their sales on the games and the Switch are still rising.
Yes.
Their library is huge for the Switch, so they're still surviving. But again, how long is that going to last? We don't know. But
Is there any games that you're kind of looking forward to playing in the Christmas? Because like I already have my bucket list. Like I didn't get the new FIFA 21 game right now. I'm just gonna wait till Christmas.
Yeah.
I believe the new Watch Dogs, the game that just came out,
Yep.
the new Assassin's Creed. Maybe I didn't want to get them right away because I have so many games going on right now. Thinking about coming back to the Christmas time.
Yeah, free time, play some video games. It's cold out, play some good games. I totally agree.
Well, the weather was quite nice out today, but I did go outside. I just want to make that clear.
We have lives outside.
But is there any games that you're like thinking about playing?
Actually, one comes to mind. I think it's coming on November 20th, so the time when this is airing, or uploaded, it'll probably be out. But in about 11 days is the new Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, which is a beat 'em up, which is a Zelda franchise spin-off game. Really looking forward to that. It's going to talk about the prequel of the events of Breath of the Wild, so I'm really looking forward to that. As far as other games, nothing on the horizon at the moment because Nintendo's kind of dry, but if we're talking grand scale things, I would love to see the Breath of the Wild sequel that they've said is in development, but showed no trailer since E3 2018, which is crazy, I think. So we have seen no footage, but we just know it's coming out. It's basically like the Elder Scrolls 6. Everybody knows it's coming, but we don't know when, and it's going to be exciting when it does, but we just don't know.
Or just like GTA 6?
Or GTA 6, exactly. At least we know this one exists. GTA 6 is still on, or Bully 2. We're going to get into the conspiracy theories of like Bully 2 and all these games that they have yet to announce, but, or LA Noire 2, who knows? I'm sure that'd be, an awesome choice.
I did really love LA Noire 1.
I know. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I know E3 was... We have the Game Awards coming next month. That should be, I'm going to totally put you under the bus here, but you should totally do coverage on the Game Awards in December.
Oh, I think we just figured out what episode 2 is going to be. thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it.
I got you, man.
I guess like that was a good segment into kind of just talking about the future of Nintendo and your thoughts of like going forward in the 2021 year. Obviously, as this year has been very unprecedented, but like I want to kind of go back to your channel, and I want to focus on beginners. So why I say beginners is people that are like, they're interested. And it's just become so easier to post YouTube content now. Like, for example, you can live stream on Twitch and you're able just to upload in YouTube in less than like 2 minutes. So I guess like what I'm trying to ask you, Daniel, is what do you recommend for those that are, they're interested, they might be nervous, or they just don't really know on how for new YouTubers who just want to show content? What do you recommend to them?
Honestly, the first off is do it for yourself. Don't look at it as like you have to do it for anybody else. Don't think, I have to do this and immediately start making money or any of that. It's, again, just go into it with no expectations and just have fun, and everything will come organically. I had a few friends that talked to me over the past weekend saying, hey, I started a YouTube channel now that I've been at home just, kind of staying in self-isolation. I want to start off. And I said to them, that's amazing. Just do it for fun, though. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. And, going back to the scheduling question, don't put a schedule. Like, you don't need to, because when you're starting off, just put stuff out when you can. And when you start to get those people watching your videos saying, hey, I love your content, maybe start getting into a schedule. But for now, just do it for yourself. Worry about uploading as much as you can and enjoy. Have fun. Like, quality over quantity. Take your time with your production. And, again, have fun. Do it for yourself, and everything else will come in hopefully later.
Yeah, and especially I think now it's just so easy to kind of really record, import, than maybe it was when we first started. Well,
exactly. Yeah.
Your channel is much older than mine, but like when I recorded, I kind of just did like the very quick Xbox capture.
Yeah.
You got like 10 minutes, and then just had to clip them all together. But now I can just live stream on Twitch or any other recording programs and just get that. So that's really important. And like, do you have any like for software that might be like too techy? But like, do you recommend like obviously iMovie's really good on the iMac? But
iMovie's great. Final Cut's great. If you have access to the Adobe Cloud, where you can get Photoshop or Premiere or what's it called? Yeah, Premiere would be the one for editing. Definitely try that. Most computers come with a program that comes pre-installed. Again, Apple has its iMovie. I'm pretty sure PC has some form of something, or at least you can torrent it. That's probably not the best idea, but you can try that. But again, you have options available, and like you said, it's much easier now. It's more user friendly. Most systems come in built in with recording devices, especially next gen consoles.
Yeah.
And so honestly, that's what I recommend. It also depends on the video you're doing. If you're streaming, those are great. If you're recording with your like what I'm doing for plush characters, we know nowadays that the smartphones have iPhone, or at least on iPhones, they have iMovie, and the camera quality on all smartphones are incredible. You can literally record videos through your phone and still edit them if you so wish. But it's user friendly. Anybody can do it. Really, that's how crazy it is.
Sorry, yeah, there's so much to digest there. I just had to take a quick burp. But Daniel, I'm just looking at the time. We're up to 20 minutes. These were the set kind of questions that I kind of wanted to ask you today. Is there anything else you kind of want to mention before we kind of end episode 1 of the Game In, Game On, a podcast about gaming?
Absolutely. Well, first off, thank you for having me. It was a wild time. I really had a great time. Anyone listening, I would implore you to please subscribe to X Richie, my friend. He's an amazing friend, and I really hope he can reach his milestones in his future. I do implore you also, I'm going to do a shameless plug, to subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 100,000. We're super close. And
we're going to get there.
We're going to get there, and we're going to celebrate and get that silver play button, and it's going to be wild because it's been a long time, and it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. But I implore you to subscribe to both our channels, and look forward to more videos in the future. I have tons in store, and I'm sure X Richie does as well.
I don't even know how I can finish the video off like that. That was just so perfectly done. Can I just give you the Oscar right now?
Okay, here we go.
Or just the silver play button right now? No, I'm kidding. But again, Daniel, thanks so much for being on the podcast today. And for everybody, for the first episode, I'm really happy with how this went. And, I guess maybe we'll revisit maybe the Game Awards next month.
Absolutely. Knock on wood, we can, get together and we can do live coverage on it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of good stuff to look forward to. They're always full of surprises, so I think it'd be great content.
So again, thanks again, Daniel. Make sure to subscribe to both our channels, mine, X Richie, and also my YouTube channel, but also my Twitch, X Richie, and YouTube, SuperMario 134. I'll make sure he's in the bottom of the playlist today. And also, do you have any other social medias you want to hit up?
You can always follow me on Instagram. I have SuperMario134_official, and that's about it as far as platforms go.
Oh, and just last thing, just to remind people, Veronica Thompson's channel, Wine Wednesday. Just make sure to check out that, support local businesses. Perfect. But anyways, thanks guys so much for the first episode of Game In, Game On, a podcast about gaming featuring X Richie and
SuperMario134.